Hello and welcome to the tutorial on incident handling with the eComply software. We are in the eComply software and we're in the menu on the left-hand side down at the bottom where it says incident response. So this module is about responding to potential data protection incidents. We have a fictional A and B pharmacy that is handling this incident. The incident module consists of three important components. One, there is a reporting form that allows to report potential incidents. This form is a one-way street where an incident can be reported, it can be delivered, and that's the job of the person who's reporting the incident, and that job is done once the incident is reported. There's a second component, which is the management interface, that is receiving the report, viewing it, reviewing it, appending it, extending it, judging it, and doing a data protection risk analysis on it. And then there's a third component, which means to export said information in different formats, depending on the consequences on the incident. And I'll take you through all three components. The first component is the external form, the external submission form. This is not active by default because you might not want to do this. You might not want to have anonymous submissions of incidents, but if you do, you go to this button and you click it and you activate the external form. This is the external submission form. Once we activate it, there's a cryptic link, and this link is meant to be shared in the places where you want it to be shared. This is typically the employee intranet, right? Like an internal network where you're asking your employees, your colleagues, to report incidents, potential incidents. If it's a larger company that has a service desk, this is very often the service desk people reporting any kind of malfunction, where a customer says, I received the wrong information, or an employee says, I lost some information, anything like that. So once we've activated the form, there's one more neat feature. You can activate notifications. So you want to be notified every time somebody reports an incident, so you can react quickly, because the GDPR requires quick response times of 72 hours. So you can notify supervisors, you can notify DPOs in case there is a report of an incident. How do we access this reporting form? Let's copy the link and we'll go to the reporting form in a new tab. Here's the new tab. This is the form for reporting of an incident. This is a form that collects the most critical information from best practice experiences that is necessary to judge an incident. So you want some basic information. You want to know who reported it, so you can potentially reach out to them and ask more questions. And then you're asking about the incident. What happened? Who's affected? And for data protection judgment of an incident, you need to know, what dimension are we talking about? Did one person receive a bad email, or did 10,000 people get all their personnel files mixed up? Right? That's an important question. What kind of categories of personal data are involved, and so on and so on. This form makes sure that you get the most critical information on your desk. Let's fill it out. So let's say lost USB stick on the train. Description: lost a USB stick with, let's say we had some applicant CVs on the train. My name is John. My name is john@doe.com. My number is 12345. My function is also John. This is not important right now, but the question is, of course, what happened? What happened? We had a loss. The incident happened, let's say it happened today on the 8th of December 2022. Time when the incident was detected, well, I just realized when I got off the train, so the same day. Type of access, hard to tell, right? Hard to tell. It's a USB stick, so let's go with read. How many people are affected? We think that there are about 12 people affected. We think that there is of course, this is also an estimate. It doesn't matter the exact number, it just matters the scale we're talking about, right? We can even put unknown. Let's put 10 records. Data subject categories, yep. Applicants, personal data categories, names, addresses, email addresses, phone number, a lot of things. You get the point here. The consequences, definitely a loss of control over their personal rights. Identity theft is a potential danger. There's different risks here, but in a case like this, you're probably pretty capable of judging these risks, and we'll go submit. Now, this incident has been sent. End of story for the reporter. John is done. I received an email, and when I go here and I refresh this page, I see that our incident is now listed here. Lost USB stick on the train. So my job as a DPO is to look at it, to judge it. What happened here? So we got the lost USB stick on the 8th of December 2022. And all that information that we just entered, it's available for me. I can enrich it, I can change it, anything like that. And the important thing I can do is I can classify it. The data protection legal assessment. Do I think this is a data protection incident, or maybe an IT incident, maybe a false report, a misunderstood report, maybe it's not an incident at all. But in this case, of course, with the CVs, I think that is a data protection incident. There is significant severity of the damage for affected people. It's quite high. What's the probability of somebody doing bad things with this USB stick? It's really hard to judge. But you can go and try to judge this, because these judgments will tell you what is the concluding assessment here. Do we have to notify everybody involved? Do we notify the authorities? Or do we think the risk is manageable enough to say, maybe the USB stick was encrypted and all is good, right? No password, no risk for the people on the USB stick. And this is for you to judge, because you have to draw the right consequences from this incident. And as you go from these consequences, you go down, you can add some more information on whether the data subjects have been notified and so on. You can leave remarks by the data protection officer, all in all, to make a well-rounded report of this incident. And because eComply is the right place to do the work, but often you want to show it to somebody, or you have to deliver it to authorities, for example, or you have to notify the data subjects. We're providing you with 3 standard reports here. One is the internal report that reflects everything that is on this page. One is the notice to authorities, where a select set of information is being prepared for the authorities to notify them of this incident quickly, right? You can do this in 15 minutes. You can do this really quickly. And lastly, to notice the data subjects if necessary. You notify them that their information has been potentially breached, and you're doing your best to contain the damage. This is the incidents module in eComply. Thank you very much.